I'm a mechanical engineer, and I did a lot of other degrees that I could find a regular job with my skills. But my passion to find liberty, the privilege to choose, and not to be forced by something else, it's very important value in my life. And astrology is part of my tool since I was a child. I previously used it as a part of a therapy tool. Now I'm using it as another indicator for companies and investors. But I'm just following my passion.
One thing I've learned about becoming a remote worker is that it's not a set path. It's not black and white. And you'll see this with our interview today with Osher. He is awesome and he's one of a kind. We met him at Sun & Co, a co-living space, and he really inspired everyone that he met there. He's got great energy. So Osher is originally from Israel, and what he does is he uses astrology to map economy patterns, and he consults for people who are investing money online. So what does that mean? Well, let's dive right into the interview and see more about Osher's story. Before we get started, we just want to give a shout out to Office R&D, who is our sponsor on today's episode. They are a co-working management software company that helps workspaces around the world deliver better experiences to their customers. They share our values of promoting and championing remote work, and they've been our biggest supporters since day one. Okay, so let's continue. We are here today talking with a very good friend of mine, Osher. And Osher has brought a lot of vibrations, a lot of amazing, I don't even know what I was going to say. Inspirations to the house. A very unique look on life and perspective. I've had some deep conversations with him, and I'm really excited to share with you guys a little tiny sliver of his story. So just to give everyone context, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself? Like, where are you from originally?
Well, I born in Israel. And in 2010, after a very heavy breakup relationship, I decided to make a change in my life and decided to live somewhere else. I started before this already to travel a lot and felt the passion to travel. But then I decided that I want really to absorb a new culture. It was a doubt between United States, Spain. I took the Spain option to start totally from even another language, that all my mind structure will be based on something new. And yeah, I was living in Spain since 2010 mostly, and this is 9 years already, and I lived in different cities. The last 2 years I decided to make a change and realized that cities in the same structure I knew, and specifically once I felt totally routine in Spain, to live in a more quiet place. So I lived in a small city, La Coruña. And after 1 year there, I realized that still it's not that. Finally, everything become the same. And I started traveling. I bought a car and traveled all Spain, tried to find maybe a new, different village, another concept, haven't found it. And did a break, went back to stay with my family. And then last January, I was in a moment that I must to make here a real decision, and randomly just found the word coliving after trying to configure what could work for me. And found this coliving place. I don't know if I...
Yeah, no, please. So we're here at Sun & Co in Spain. How long have you been here for?
2 months now.
So he's been here for 2 months. That's awesome. And how has it been for you, the experience here?
It's really saved my day, saved my life, because in last January I really arrived to the sort of the age I cannot continue all my previous patterns and sort of rounds. I felt that I'm escaping from something that realized that is related to be involved in collaborating with people, because I'm very independent and do all my work with community online, and relationship on the conventional way wasn't the highest priority before I'll solve something with a deeper social connection. This is a little bit of And
No, I want to hear what you're about to say. You said this is a little bit of what?
yeah, because one theme is like, yeah, I want to find a relationship, to stay with one person in home, living here. But I realize that it's sort of, again, another pattern that I don't want to repeat. I will create it differently. Maybe a pattern that I could travel with and to create new things. And it's always staying in the same, living on the same loop, is like not having the chance to come on a totally brand new paradigm. And I really understood that I need to break it. But all what I searched was called digital nomads, and all seems to me very hippie, very hipster, very spiritual, crazy. I'm very spiritual, but I could not connect with all this hippie or I don't know. I'm combining my spiritual work as always in a structure of science concept, and need to be around technology and around modern atmosphere that up to date with what we are using today, technology.
Hold on, you say that this saved your life. How, like, what are you taking away from this experience?
Because on January I arrived to a very critical, not critical, since it sounds very, but I felt very sad, anxious, slightly depressed, like I cannot continue that way. And all those emotions that suddenly aroused really culminated all what I felt for a long time before. Suddenly I meet myself here with beautiful people around my age, doing different talents, but working through the computer. I felt suddenly that I have home that is spacious, that it's still answering to my cost of living. I'm still in Spain. I feel calm. It's like all this sharing thing, and the structure is not just like roommate's place that everyone to his own. Still, it's important to combine the privacy dynamic of a person, but still in a sharing place. And I found it fascinating. The first month here was very, very happy. February was the opposite to what I started feeling in January, because the people that I just started the connection, I gave all my energy and passion to connect. So it was very deep and very beautiful. And we keep now in touch, and we will continue to develop new things together. It was a little bit challenging after, once all the group I connected with left. So I needed to reinforce, to make new connections, and could not arrive to same or had the power, the energy to this. But it's still lovely. I'm very much understanding that I discovered America. It's like I discovered a new way of living. I'm not anymore desiring, and it's also released what healed me and saved my life in a way that I realized that I'm not going to struggle about buying a home. If this was something that I need to work harder and harder, I don't have time now to go out or to people, because I need to save, and I had my own experiences like Closey. I lost a lot of money, I lost home, I needed to strike it, but as understood that I don't want or I don't need a regular conventional relationship, the same, not to have a mortgage, a marriage with a bank for being just, I needed something else. I'm more believing in shared house. Even if I will buy, it will be a community, that buying a place and having a rules. I realized that being together is much stronger and much healthier than doing anything alone. And every person has his own responsibility on his own stuff, but the general, and suddenly I have people to speak with at night, so it's not even the need just to be lost in the streets, to go to a bar to speak to a random person. Here it's like I always have the combination. When I want to speak, I have someone that understands and respects, and it's sort of intimacy practice as well. You meet person in different time of the day, you see the person in that and other. It's like putting here something that brings the family concept to what I'm looking. Of course I can think about what improvement I can bring to this concept in the future to even make it even more compatible to me.
Okay, so hold on. I want to ask some real questions. What obstacles have you faced in this? It's amazing. Yes, I completely agree with you. But what are some things that you discovered, like you were saying, some things that you feel like you can optimize, or just struggles that you've gone through?
Yeah. First of all, they are all about budget here. So I would like to have a little bit more privacy. I'm sharing a room here with 3 other guys. Very nice, very lovely. But to imagine that sometimes I would like to have a total privacy, even just watching a movie in my own place without... so it's a sort of a perfect... I can have also a private room, but it's much more expensive. And as living in Spain, I know that I have a cheaper solution to total privacy. But yeah, I'm getting it. Sometimes also I like to get involved with the environment outside of the house, and in this specific location, for example, as it's not a city and it's a very summer destination, I found very boring and like I'm just in the middle of the nowhere. Luckily, there are a lot of supermarkets, banks, and all what one needs. But in order to socialize with locals, is a factor that I would like to increase, and to think where in the world or in such a situation would be ideal to be located.
Yeah, no, I think that's really real. I remember when we went dancing last weekend, we were all like, where did all these young people come from? Not just young, but like people who want to be dancing, you know, like just out and about and everything. Because sometimes I think it is a very summer-oriented city. Yeah. But yeah, so I think all of those things are good too. But one question that I want to end with is, how do you actually pay your bills? I love this one. Tell me.
Yeah, so luckily we are living in a digital world, and for many years I realized that with my passion to travel, that I need to get the technological skills, like building website, like knowing doing marketing, like working with all the digital solutions to get money and to get paid, and also to pay to other services I need. And I always follow my passions. So I just, the last 2 years, after 10 years of therapy career, I just readjusted it to focus completely on astrology of what I'm doing today, and it's focusing mostly to investors. I developed a new method through astrology to reflect the economy cycles. A lot of people loving it. I started it as a service voluntarily on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people started to, and it was fascinating that once I started to speak about cryptocurrency, all this new generation of investors reflecting a totally brand new way of thought, and they really honored me, recognized me as to astrology versus to other generation that was very close to this concepts. And I have my private channels that people are subscribing to my work. I'm doing and committed to astrology topics all day long, and focusing on what they need. And people are booking from me private reading. It's all made by Skype. And energy is flowing to me even better than I was living in a city.
I got some questions. So you make, just because people are going to ask me this, you make money by, so you mean subscribers on YouTube? Is that what you mean?
No, I have a private channel.
Okay, so people pay like a membership fee to subscribe to that. And then they also can pay like as, almost like, just in my business side, like a consultancy fee to do a reading or something like that.
Yeah, and also people hiring me for private readings.
Okay. Yeah. So that's amazing. And you just like decided you were going to do this, or did something somehow?
I always followed my. It's not. I never thought about. I know that there are many other solutions, and I have a very good. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I did a lot of other degrees that I could find a regular job with my skills. But my passion to find liberty, the privilege to choose not to be forced by something else. It's very important value in my life. And doing what I'm naturally attracted to and how I can influence on people in a tangible way, how to date with my emotions and evolution. And astrology is part of my tool since I was a child. I previously used it as a part of a therapy tool. Now I'm using it as another indicator for companies and investors. But I'm just following my passion. I'm just following my passion.
Total respect. So just can we give a shout out to like how do people find you?
Finding in Google Osher Astrology or Astro Finance Osher always will be found.
I'll put the links in the video. Thank you so much for letting us interview you. I think a lot of people are going to get some good information out of this, and thanks for being real about all of it. And I've really loved like getting to know you more. I know he literally is like leaving right after this interview. He's leaving the house to go on his next adventure. So good luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll definitely keep in touch.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
I really liked speaking with Osher. He's got great energy. And as you can see, becoming a remote worker is not a set path. You can really do what resonates with you and make it work. If you're interested in learning more about Osher's stuff, I put his link in the bottom of this episode. So hit like on the episode, subscribe to our channel, and if you have questions, let us know. We would love to hear more from you. Well, it's time to say goodbye to Osher. He's been such a great person to have around, and we'll definitely all miss him.
It was my pleasure. It was nice to meet you.
I'm gonna give you one more hug.
And stable roommate.
Who is going to teach me about all the stars and what I'm supposed to do now?
I know! Who's gonna tell us everything?
I love so much that you won from this.
You're definitely gonna be back.
It
We
was a
know
big
it.
part of my past month, so I will miss
see?
that.
You made an impression on everyone. Cool. I'm gonna walk you out.
Life comes and goes.
Yeah, but we will meet again.
Yes, yes.
We will meet again.
Ciao.
Bye, Osher. Yes, you have to come visit in Chiang Mai. Yeah.
Oh, so definitely I have a destination
You have
in
to.
Thailand.
Just let me know when you're coming.
Wow.
I'm serious.
Lovely.
And I mean that. I wouldn't say that unless I meant
Yeah,
it.
lovely. Send me also a link of your places
Okay.
there.
I will.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.
He's so nice. I love Osher.
So just tell me about. I guess it's normal, isn't it? Seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have like major abandonment issues because every time I felt like I met someone, kind of what Osher was saying earlier is you invest in these people and you live with them, you work with them, and it becomes almost like family. It feels like family for sure. And then they leave and you're like, wait, why are you leaving? Can we just like hang out forever? But what I've realized is you always see them again. I've hung out with people and I see them in like 5 or 6 different countries, and then you just build on that and you become closer and closer. And you just know too, like when I met Osher, I was like, yeah, we're gonna be friends and I'll see him again. So I invited him to come out to Chiang Mai and I hope he does come. I think it'll be fun.